Dramatic police chase through the streets of Northeast Fresno ends in a booming crash 2 miles down the road.
Fox 26 reporter Rich Rodriguez explains the driver of a stolen truck slammed into 3 vehicles and still would not surrender.
The driver of the stolen Ford truck, Anthony Jeff, and his female passenger both left the crash scene on gurneys after the high-speed chase. Police say she was critically hurt. It's believed she went through the windshield after the truck crashed into a Honda at Michigan Avenue and Bond Street. Officers found her lying in the front yard. Police say Jeff wouldn't surrender after the first crash and then plowed into a Ford Expedition. He jumped out of the truck and ran.
They had canines on it pretty quick.
Police say Jeff wasn't hurt badly. The incident started 2 miles up the street about 8 Tuesday morning at a Sinclair gas station at First and Gettysburg. The suspect is the focus of a violent crime investigation by a Fresno PD special task force. Jeff's passenger had just paid for gas. When officers approached the car, she jumped in, and they say Jeff put the truck in gear and drove off.
To get away, he struck several of our vehicles, nearly struck one of our sergeants, and he also struck a civilian vehicle at the gas station.
Special task force officers gave way to police units to chase down Jeff and his passenger. It didn't last long because police say Jeff was driving erratically.
Now, if somebody else was involved in during this pursuit, was injured, or their vehicle was struck, we are asking that they contact the police department.
Tonight, I'm Catherine Herr.
And I'm Brian Dorman. A suspect is behind bars this evening, facing charges of felony evading arrest.
Fresno police say when they tried to stop 43-year-old Anthony Jeff this morning, he led them on a wild pursuit that ended in a car crash. This evening, a woman who had been in the truck is in critical condition. The chase began at the Sinclair gas station at First and Gettysburg, and before coming to an end at Bond in Michigan. And that's where we find CBS 47's Ben Morris standing by live. So Ben, how did this start?
Yeah, that's right. We are here at the corner of Bond in Michigan, where Jeff ultimately crashed his car before he was arrested by police. And before he got here, police were actually following Jeff, undercover cops, I should say, as he was spotted in a stolen Ford pickup truck. And before that, he was actually under surveillance for a violent crime, but police would not say exactly what that was. Jeff and a female passenger stopped for gas at this Sinclair at the corner of Gettysburg and North 1st Street around 8 a.m. Undercover officers continuing to follow him moved in to make an arrest. He saw the officers and took off with the fuel nozzle still in his truck, smashing other vehicles as he went.
To get away, he struck several of our vehicles, nearly struck one of our sergeants, and he also struck a civilian vehicle at the gas station.
Undercover officers began pursuing, with patrol cars eventually taking over. The officers chasing the suspect vehicle to the corner of Michigan in Bond.
The suspect vehicle crashed into the first car that's behind me that you guys can see. That's a Honda. He continued traveling eastbound where he struck a Ford Expedition that is parked on the south side of the street. That's where the accident came to rest.
Officers then finding Jeff injured and his female passenger outside the vehicle, critically injured. Jeff attempted to make a run for it, with police quickly apprehending him. Community Regional Medical Center, and the woman in her 30s is currently in critical condition. As of now, Jeff is in stable condition. Dewey says, in addition to charges of felony evading, assault on an officer with a vehicle, and a probation violation, he was also found with a gun, which he says they are looking into charges for. As for the female passenger in the vehicle, police could not say at this time whether or not she was involved in the investigation. Reporting live, Ben Morris, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Yeah, take a look on the street, back to some news shit.